Hello my friends and welcome to episode 4 of Motorsport Manager with Predator Racing. Today we are at Tondela for this track. We do have a couple of upgrades. We've got a new set of brakes which Frankie Kinney is using. Not the best reliability on them. We do have a new gearbox as well. Unfortunately that is not even close to an option. Do have decent stints here with the tyre choice and stuff. We are going to go for the super softs because that's what we trained in or practiced in. And we do have a new gearbox, but it was nowhere near where we needed to be in terms of we want that one. We're nowhere near where we needed it to be in terms of reliability. I think it was 20%. So as much as it is a huge upgrade, it's not worthwhile. We did also send 100,000 to in the Santa Ana for our birthday, and we hired a couple of new bits of pit crew, which means we're not actually really developing much more just now, because simply put we just don't have the money to do it. So that's kind of where we're at in terms of car development. I think now we focus on next season. I do want to start putting some money aside for a factory upgrade or a HQ upgrade, one of the two. The one that comes with the extra performance parts and some extra buildings that we can build, because we really do want to start pushing on in that regard. In fact, Santana getting absolutely crushed, so we're going to follow Frankie Kinney, and we're going to follow a bit closer than normal. It's as close as it's letting me go, so we're going to go with a slightly different angle, which really does work. Apologies again if you do hear my mouse in the background. Now guys, about 70% of you, in fact it's probably closer to 80% for my channel, that watch the channel are not subscribed. So if you want to enjoy the content, do hit like and hit subscribe. It really helps us out, and we can start pushing towards 1,000 subscribers. And any feedback that you've got, even constructive criticism, leave it down in the comments. And if you're not enjoying the content, hit a dislike button. That is still feedback. Let me know why you hit the dislike button in the comments if you wouldn't mind. But I do appreciate every little bit of interaction that you guys give us. I'm working hard to improve the content that I bring out. You can see now with the new computer upgrade, I think I've watched back the last couple of episodes, and it does seem a lot more crisp in the way that it's recording. So I'm hoping that does continue over every game that we do. Obviously Motorsport Manager is not going to challenge it the most ridiculously in terms of that. I'm trying to lose these M's because I realise I'm saying them quite a lot as well. It's obviously just one of those natural fillers that I have to when I'm thinking, so I'm trying not to think about that too much in that regard. Slightly disappointed with the tyre wear here. Really not great, down at 26% on in a Santa Ana, so she's going to have to come in, and we're probably going to have to put her on the super softs. Fuel options, we'll go for another 10 laps because I don't see her getting more than that out of those tyres, and just put her in straight away. But at 24% tyre wear, she's already worn them out. We'll give Frankie Kinney an extra lap and see how he can do. We might be able to keep him super soft and do a 3-stop strategy with him. We're trying to switch onto a 2-stop with in a Santa Ana, which I think would be slightly more beneficial. And we will switch to Frankie Kinney, who will come in at the end of this lap, saying 7 laps. So yeah, I think we can do that. So we'll go for 8 laps worth of fuel, and that should be fine as Frankie Kinney comes in at the end of this lap. Other people are having the same issue, so they are pitting as well, so it does seem like a fairly high pit stop race here at Tondela. I do want to get the new car, of course, as good as possible for next season. I think there is an achievement in this game if you can win the championship for this level with Predator by 2017. I don't think I've hit the ground quite strong enough for that. Santa Ana letting Kinney through straight away there, which is interesting. Our Australian teammate to our Argentine premium driver, although I think she may go because her markability is 2%. So in the summer I may look to bringing in another driver, be it one with high marketability or a pay driver, or there's a couple of options that maybe tick both boxes but are expensive to hire. So again, we'll need to see what their contract situation is like at the end of the season. Scouting every driver that I realistically can. We could upgrade the scouting centre, that would be an option. That would get us a lot more drivers, and that may actually be something that I look at doing. but I don't know how good the level 1 scouting centre really is in that terms. I think I used it previously quite a lot, but again, it's been such a long time since I played this game consistently that I'm not 100% sure in that regard. We do have an extra lap on Santa Ana's fuel here, so we need to maintain that, but Frankie really should be pulling away on the softer compound tyre, whereas Santa Ana is actually doing very, very well against him on the harder compound, which is slightly concerning. Obviously, she does have the racer trait. I got that through an email. I had the choice between qualifying and racing. We don't have qualifying, and I will strongly oppose any qualifying votes in that regard. Now, we do have a new track coming for next season, so that's about, roughly, I'm going to call it about £1 million a year extra, having that extra race for us. So that's something that's very well done to look forward to. I did vote for that. I might have seen some other ones to, get some extra votes in regards towards the engine and whatnot. But I think overall, if we can get that stock engine, then we're doing good, or well enough. But we're running 17th and 18th at the minute. It's not disastrous. We do have upgrades to come, but I think that's us for upgrades now, really, for this season, unfortunately. We can start building our parts for next season, really starting to improve them. Working on reliability for the parts that we do have, and then we can go from there. Now, fuel-wise, we need to bring him in now. Didn't give him quite enough fuel for this stint, so we'll give him an extra lap, or a little bit extra this time. Repair-wise, I think we can get through this stop okay. He does have the new brakes. They're actually not quite as good because they've not been performance upgraded as the one that are in Santa Ana's car already, who have been performance upgraded, but she's obviously got a little bit extra in the tank. Now, I think we're going to have to pit her at least another twice anyway, actually. I think maybe having a soft compound tyre on her has been a bit of a waste. She probably has enough more laps left than fuel. Going to bring her back down to medium, make sure we can get to that. In fact, we'll stick it on overtake high mode. No, she does not make it to the pit stop on high mode, so pit, yeah, there you go. It's 15 laps. There's just no way we can get 15 laps out of her. So again, we're just going for 8.3 laps worth of fuel. Her parts are fine. Didn't bring that up gearbox upgrade, as I said, because reliability on it was nowhere near good enough that it wasn't worth it for us. It would have been too big a risk in that regard. So we are sweeping through with Santa Ana. She does come in for her pit stop. See how she does. Let's see if Frankie can keep up and go past her once again here. In fact, it's going to be quite comfortable. A little bit of a gap there between them. 3 seconds gained in the pit stops for Frankie Kinney. There obviously was a place, but we're now no longer running 16th and 17th for 17th and 18th, whatever it was. We're now running last and second last, as once again we are following our Australian pay driver Frankie Kinney with 13 laps or so to go. He will have to stop again, but should be able to get to the end on the next stint of tyres, so that is positive. Does look like the top runner certainly able to get more out of their tyres than us, and that's not really a huge surprise. I did forget about engineer parts, so that's why there's a new set of brakes, because the engineer parts allow us to get to great, and that's brilliant. So that's why there's new brakes and stuff. May be able to get slightly better parts for other bits, but I don't know if it'll be worth the cost too much. Going to ignore that, and we are going to just completely leave that as it is until the next pit stop, because we're not pitting them early. We've only got 3 laps to go, roughly until then. In fact, I think probably 2 would be more realistic. He might actually need a soft yellow tyre stint. I think that's soft, and the rest being the super soft. So we'll see what he's like as he comes over the line here. 35% and 2.3 laps worth of fuel. Oh, that's fine. In fact, Santa Ana, why are you not on pushing on the engine? You've got way excess amounts of fuel here. Really want you to be pushing your teammate, and realistically you can do that. We are at 16th and 17th again, as other teams have gone through their pit stops. We should have pitted Frankie there. That's been a mistake on my part, but we do have that extra lap now. We have 9 laps left to go. I think we struggle to get 9 laps out of these, but we're going to try. We'll do that. Fix. It's a minute pit stop. I kind of hope that Ines has that, extra lap or two in her, because I don't want her getting held up by that. She is not going to have the same issues as Frankie in that regard. He's had a lot of reliability issues on his parts this season, whereas Ines Santana hasn't really particularly had that out with the first race. She is now jumping up to 15 through these pit stops, and I can't see anywhere but last for Frankie Kinney now, unfortunately. We are going to put her at the end of this lap. I think 7 laps, yep, that's fine. And we'll pit for that much fuel. Parts are fine. She'll get to the end on those parts. Absolutely not a problem. And in she comes for her pit stop. We know Frankie's going to get nowhere close, because his pit stop was unfortunately a lot of issues. But he's not going to come last because Claudio Dreyfus has crashed. So that's good, but we do see Santa Ana coming out in running last, apart from Frankie Kinney, unfortunately. But she is very close to Dembele in front, 5 seconds or so. Hopefully she can close that gap to the ZRT. As I said, I may consider replacing her, not because she's not good enough, but because the marketability of her is an issue. And, we need to decide on whether the extra money from having better sponsors, I don't know if we'll be able to hit the next sponsor threshold. The team marketability is quite low as well, but nowhere near as low as that. So I think we need to assess it from there. But, another solid race here, another performance. She is actually gaining on Dembele. I don't know if that's because he's had blue flags or whatnot. Could even just be that he is on the harder compound tyre. Valdez in the pit, so we do jump a ZRT. Oh no, we don't. He's came out just in front, but we are now in race mode. Unfortunately, Santa Ana does get that negative perk if she's in for one thingy in regards to that. Someone got a sort of warning there, I think, or a black flag. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I do remember seeing that, so that's not ideal. Frankie Kinney, a lot of excess fuel here. We can put him onto overtake mode. Don't think it's going to make any real difference in that regard, but he's got a lot of excess fuel. Let's just charge him away. We have fallen behind these ZRTs a little bit, who are both running ahead of us, and that is who we're fighting in the championship, so we want to be beating them guys if we can. 2 laps to go. Suspension, that will be fine at 19%. Don't you worry about that, Santa Ana. As Dembele and Valdez fighting tooth and nail with each other. We do come on to our final lap now with Ines Santa Ana. I imagine Frankie Kinney is probably going to be one of the first ones finished in regards to where he is on track, because he is so far behind with those repairs. Our tyres have gone here, so no chance. In fact, Frankie Kinney will actually be last finished of our drivers. He is coming through now, just trying to sort of last few corners, and he will come in last. Another disappointing outing for him in terms of repairs and whatnot. We are working on that, so hopefully that can be something that does come in the future. But obviously, when we're throwing out so many upgrades that are big upgrades, we started with our parts at 1, 2, 3 sort of level. Every upgrade is huge, so right now it might only be at 50, which is still very low for this championship. It's massive improvement. It's more than a 15 times improvement. So, in fact, a lot more than that, even on the freeze. So, it's at that. So, it's difficult. Frankie Kinney down here. There is an achievement, for winning a race with William Evans. I completely forgot about that, but I do still think that getting rid of him was the best option for the team long term. We've got a pay driver in there that's better skill wise. I think that's an achievement I would go for separately in a different save. Just focus on him, build a team just to win this championship kind of thing. Reject the promotion and just build a team that's almost a Formula 1 car and try and get qualifying in and get him in. and then just consistently pit his teammate in a race that he's doing well in would be the kind of way I would do that. But 1.1 million for that race takes us back up to 1.5 million. Before we come out, we'll let it save, and I will show you the car situation. So we can fit parts. We can't show you anything else. But as you see, these are the new brakes. 75 potential compared to the 54 potential on the old ones. This is a new gearbox, 58 with 90 potential compared to 18, and it's not letting me see that potential. But as you see, 22% reliability, 50 potential on the old gearbox, and 97% on this suspension. So again, we can make big leaps in certain areas, other areas not so much. But overall, we are moving the car in the right direction. We did hire 2 new pit crew members, as I'd said, so this is where the pit crew's looking. Probably do need to get some new people in various positions, but overall I think we are improving the team fairly well, and we're making progress, and that's all we can ask for at this stage. So we're coming to an end here. We'll do the interview really quickly. Best in HQ. Oh, chairman's annoyed at that. That's not great. Overall, solid race. Not the best. Finishing both cars behind the ZRTs, unfortunately. If we can get that reliability up, though, we'll be in much better shape. But we'll come back next time. Episode 5 will be in Ardennes, which is the equivalent of Spa-Francorchamps. I will hopefully see you all then. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.